are live. Yes, accept and wholeness to all. Welcome to the health plan you never had. And we were waiting for the theme song to come on, this video, and it hadn't. And so here we are. Nonetheless, I'm the more welcome. And we do apologize for the delay. At 11 a.m., we did go live, but then there's a second step to actually having to go live. So we didn't complete that second step. Thinking we were live the whole time, just talking and sharing. And, then about 13 minutes in, it just so happened that we realized that, oh, we are not live. So with that,
welcome. So we're grateful to have you join us this season for the health class you never had. And today, our first show, we're talking about holistic health. We're looking at the difference between holistic, integrative, naturopathic, homeopathic, and allopathic approaches to health. With Doc, I'll connect you to Doctor. We're going to go ahead and move you on. What Master Chef has prepared for you today is a nice presentation to define all of these things. And then we'll have a little conversation about each movement and who we are as the chief in our format that we've chosen to use for health information.
Right on. All right, and with that, let's just look at the health system or type of ways that is practiced and most familiar with here. And that is what is commonly called allopathic. All right. And as we reverse this, again, we just did an entire presentation, thinking that you were here with us. However, you're here with us now. At least in theory, because we started late, so catch the replays. Feel the same effect in a sense. Allopathic medicine, all right. And just as an FYI, this information came from the National Cancer Institute, as part of NIH. They have wonderful, brief definitions of these topics that we're talking about, at least most of them. So what they have to say about allopathic medicine is that it is a system in which medical doctors and other healthcare professionals, such as nurses, pharmacists, and therapists, treat symptoms and diseases using drugs, radiation, or surgery. Also called biomedicine, conventional medicine, mainstream medicine, orthodox medicine, and of course, again, Western medicine. Allopathic medicine, what we all familiar with. And for example, high blood pressure, hypertension. Most of us know someone who may have had that, may be dealing with it now, or even ourselves may have. And one of the things that the Western medicine does is provide drugs, take your medication for your high blood pressure, which is cool. They tend to keep the blood pressure maintained, and so it doesn't cause any adverse effects. So high blood pressure can be treated allopathically, again, with pharmaceutical drugs. And they, again, work to help maintain a homeostasis state of being. All right, now moving right along as we go back to this allopathic medicine, to homeopathic medicine. And what they have to say about the homeopathic medicine is that it is an alternative approach to medicine based on the belief that natural substances, prepared in a special way and used most often in very small amounts, restore health. According to these beliefs, in order for a remedy to be effective, it must cause in a healthy person the same symptoms being treated in the patient, also called homeopathy.
So that's like when you get your flu shot and they put the disease in you or that thing that is not healthy in you to cause the body to then have to fight it off. And now you are protected against it because they have inserted that inside you.
Yep, absolutely. Perfect example. So homeopathic, they also use, just doing a little Googling, that like certain poisonous plants may be used as well. Ignatia came across one, Ignatia, poisonous plant. So it was belladonna, tend to be poisonous to some parts of it, the berries, the fruits, but yet still certain parts can be used to treat or assist with hypertension or high blood pressure issues. So homeopathy, again, it seems kind of strange using something that would ordinarily cause harm to actually cause good. And as we move right along to integrative medicine, integrative to integrate, this is what it says, which is a type of medical care that combines conventional, standard medical treatment with complementary and alternative CAM therapies that have been shown to be safe and to work. CAM therapies treat the mind, body, and spirit. And so, aside from the drugs that may be offered, you may be also prescribed an herbal tea. Take a walk. It's just something that's really not drug related, to assist with that integrative situation that you may have.
I think in this season, everybody's being shut in with COVID, we're probably using a lot of integrative, just going outside to get that vitamin D from the sun, opposed to being locked up inside all the time. Breathing the fresh air because, we're wearing masks a lot. So I think this season has enabled us to move forward using integrative medicine.
Exactly, right on. Yeah. Give thanks to COVID. Now, about this complementary and alternative medicine. Again, this is what NIH has to say about it, National Cancer Institute Department. And most of these definitions are pretty common, just doing the research to find out what little insight about them. It just shows NIH because it's more precise and it was pretty simple, staying in one place. So, complementary and alternative medicine, a term used to describe a medical product or practice that is used together with, which is complementary, or instead of alternative. Standard medical care. Usually less is known about most types of complementary and alternative medicine than about standard treatments, which go through a long and careful research process to prove they are safe and effective. Complementary and alternative medicine may include dietary supplements, megadose vitamins, herbal preparations, special teas, acupuncture, massage therapy, magnet therapy, spiritual healing, and meditation. Again, also called CAM. It's another way of complementing the drugs or the pharmaceutical prescriptions that one may get from the allopathic, Western doctors, with some things that we may be more familiar with, that works. Complementary and alternative, which will lead us to naturopathic, which is a little bit more to the right or to the left, depending on how you look at it when it comes to living and health, because it is a system of disease prevention and treatment that avoids drugs and surgery. Naturopathy is based on the use of natural agents such as air, water, light, heat, and massage to help the body heal itself. It also uses herbal products, nutrition, acupuncture, and aromatherapy as forms of treatment. So basically, it says that naturopathy, the word natural, tends to stick with things that are all natural and stay away from drugs, you know, and surgery. However, it is pretty much self-explanatory. Say, being far right or far left is all natural. So, which leads us to holistic medicine. Seems like something was missing. Okay, holistic medicine. It's going through this presentation at a time, getting kind of cloud in the brain. Let me say this already. Holistic medicine, a form of healing that considers the whole person, body, mind, spirit, and emotions. In the quest for optimal health and wellness, according to the holistic medicine philosophy, one can achieve optimal health by gaining proper balance in life. Holistic medicine practitioners believe that the whole person is made up of interdependent parts, and if one part is not working properly, all the other parts will be affected and may use all forms of healthcare, from conventional medication to alternative therapies to treat a patient. So, and this comes from WebMD as opposed to NIH. Ironically enough, that NIH didn't have anything on holistic health. There were plenty of other sites that offered insight on holistic health. And this gives insight is the difference between the holistic with a W and the holistic without a W, as we have here, the holistic without a W, is there is no real main difference. It's just a preference. And the preference for the medical community, for the most part, is to use it without the W, meaning that, generally speaking, if holistic is used, it is more commonly seen without the W than with the W. But again, there is no major differences between the holistic with the W and without the W.
I think visually, the W for me makes me think of, when we say whole, we look at the environment as well as the body and making sure we use nature for that. But what is your environment like as it contributes to your health? Like, are you living in a space that, some people have adverse effects to roaches, in their environment. So it may cause, trigger asthma and things of that nature. So when you look at what's going on in the environment, you approach that healthcare. Well, maybe we need to look at what we can do about that situation to help. Maybe going outside more, being in the dirt, getting the benefits of the earth, the natural earth, to help heal and cure. So I think just that W to me just makes me think environmental and not just in the person itself.
Yeah, it is. Which is why we, us, at the Chi, you see, have chose to use the holistic with the W. And from our perspective, definition, we're saying it is a combination of alternative and naturopathic medicine, along with the philosophy of holistic medicine, specifically looking at the relationship with our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies and our environment, the environment that we're in. So this is our take on holistic medicine. Again, this is a little different. And however, at the same time, again, all can be useful, depending upon where one is in their journey, what's happening with the situations, one's level of comfort, what resonates. So there's no wrong way to approach self-healing, healing self. Yeah.
I like the idea of being empowered with information so that you could decide which avenues you want to look at. Maybe you feel like I just want holistic, or maybe you want some holistic and you want to use that allopathic.
Yeah, there it is, allopathic.
The allopathic approach is like, I know I have a holistic perspective. But at the same time, I want to go to the doctor to make sure that what I know my body is doing and how it's correcting itself is just like affirmation. The doctors do their, once over and hey, you got your physical, you're great. So I'm utilizing both avenues,
Right.
so that I'm not dependent upon them for their drugs and medication, but I'm keeping my checkups and keeping the check-ins going, so that I know that what I'm doing is what it's supposed to be doing for my body.
Yes, indeed, indeed. And again, as your holistic HMO, we suggesting we promote health. So there's no wrong again to what resonates with your person. So dig it. And I want to also give a shout out to our other chief practitioners who may or may not be viewing. You see, specifically to Dr. Ewing Catmull. They're across the pond, as some like to call it, over in some to the motherland. Uh, doing things over there in Africa, and I want to give a shout out to them and their journeys and their location. Also, to Sister Clarice, who is behind the scenes assisting as well. So again, shout out to our chief practitioners, fellow chief practitioners. And before as we close out, we do a very short presentation here today, even though we did the presentation twice, so it's very short. Again, apologize earlier on. Um, Thought we were live, however, we did not complete all the process to actually go live. And after a certain time in the StreamYard, after 10 minutes, Facebook says it's too late. It started too late. So again, apologize for not being more mindful of the situation at hand, being more attentive uh, to create the situation which we have here. However, at the same time, we will also encourage all of you who are flowing with the chi and have been flowing with the chi to formulate any topics or questions that you may have for us. As again, this is our new season, and which will run until May 15th, that Monday before the spring equinox. So our season is decided to run up until the equinox. And again, your questions that you may have or any topic suggestions, feel free to leave them in a comment, uh, reach out to us on social media, the Facebook. If you're a member of the group, that's awesome. Or just the collective definition page. If not a member of the group, you can become a member of the group.
Yes,
That's
yes.
simply saying, become a member. Yeah, so again, just submit your questions, or those of us who have a personal relationship with one of your practitioners, just say, hey, why don't y'all talk about this? We always open to suggestions.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And we look forward to hearing from you because I think it is important that we're talking about the things that you want to know about. So if you share with us, we're able to come back and address those things for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we also have a giveaway if you choose to use your topic. One of our episodes, there's a giveaway. It's a surprise giveaway. Nevertheless, it's a giveaway from the chi, it's from the heart. Yeah. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think we got pretty much everything. Thank you again. Happy New Year. Welcome. We look forward to you being with us and us being with you, and we moving forward in our health.
All right, indeed, indeed. And with that, it did not happen during the early part. Let's just see if we will go out with this.